Hello, and I hope you're having a wonderful spring break. It's currently raining outside, which is nice for Vegas. It's a change. So, we're doing a paradigm shift in this class, at least in my opinion, from where we were to where we're going. And that's why I wanted to take a second and talk to you about that. So, I'm both in academic research in academia, and I'm also in the business world, working full-time as a research data scientist or senior data scientist. And I'm also publishing on the academic side, and I'm publishing on the business side. So I have a very good understanding of both worlds. And that's why I have a lot of cons with the way academia is taught, and both a lot of pros and praise for the way academia is taught. Okay? And I think it's vital that, I kind of explain how this is shifting and why. So up until now, this class is focused, a lot on Python, but on basic didactic kind of root Python, doing things, or, hey, I assign you a project, you kind of do it, I give you some freedom, and you present me some feedback. And I really wanted you to understand, maybe not necessarily the nuts and bolts of it. I mean, ChatGPT can go into the nuts and bolts of it, but I wanted you to really kind of start understanding the pipelines. Hey, here's how we do data processing. Here's why we do stop words. Maybe you have some type of special, medical data set and you have your own set of special stop words, but at least now you understand why stop words are important. Now you understand why stemming is important. Topic modeling is important. I don't need you to understand really the in-depth difference between a PCA dimensional reduction and a T-sign dimensional reduction and the 10 other types of dimensional reductions under there. What I do need you to understand that, hey, when I say what is dimensional reduction, well, we have a lot of this data, and we need to kind of either get rid of things that don't add value, the dead weight, or we need to kind of cluster things together, push things together that are more similar. That way we can kind of make it a little easier to process. Okay, there's a ton of math between all the different types of dimensional reduction, and there are pros and cons of using different ones. But you have Google for that. You can research this and find this out. But what, at least in my opinion, is not acceptable is not understanding why dimensional reduction is important. Not understanding why data pepperization is important in terms of maybe with machine learning, deep learning, like LLMs, why at least basic data preparation is different than traditional, let's say, rule-based summarization, for example, is a great one. So, in the past, we covered kind of big data. We kind of talked about some of the major descriptive parts of big data and played with big data a little bit. Then we went to LLMs and NLPs, okay? Mostly NLPs, okay? Stop words, how we understand lexiconical meanings, how things are related. But still, a lot of this was still very low level. You still had to type things out, you still had to do things. You were still knee deep in it, okay? Well, the reason for that is because when we go to this next section and we kind of pull away from that, we abstract that information. In the back of your head, you now understand what is going on under the hood. We may not understand the nuts and bolts of it all, but we understand the difference. Let me give you a car metaphor or a food metaphor. There's a million of them. With my car, I know the difference between a carburetor and fuel injected. I can't repair a carburetor and I can't repair a fuel injection system, but I know the fundamental differences. I know a lot of the underworkings, a theory of how a car should work. I understand a theory of how a jet should work. I understand the theory of a lift. I can't repair a jet. I can't repair an airplane. And this is what I'm trying to hope to get you to this level, because this level is vital, because very shortly you're going to see a lot more of these LLMs and a lot more of these dispersed kind of models integrated into your software, any software. And I got two examples. There's a million more. I don't have Copilot on my version of Windows. But here, we look at this. Okay, actually, close that out and reopen it. Okay, so just here's a little document I had to read through to find something for a friend. Interesting. Okay. Oh, what's this AI assistant? Hey, that's an LLM. Processing document. AI generated responses may be inaccurate or misleading, blah, blah, blah. So now, what is this doing? We all know what this is doing. This is taking this PDF, somehow uploading it to Adobe. They're processing this through an LLM. That way we can interact with it. So, what, oops, got to type in a box. What top 10 themes, 10 topics, these that were in this PDF. So if I asked it now, what are the top 10 topics in this PDF? It's doing topic modeling. It may be doing BERT topic. It may be doing some type of custom modeling. It may be doing, a less machine learning one. But we know what it's doing here. So we have an understanding. So yeah, you may never really actually have to write BERT code again, but at least now you know, hey, this AI assistant right here is doing this. I don't know, what are the rules, or let's do this. How are the rules different for married couples versus a single person? So now we understand how it's kind of taking that sentence, breaking it down, vectorizing it, looking at this document, trying to find similar vectors, and kind of responding and then trying to add context to it. Look at that, I found something. Now that understanding, even if you may not really understand it that much, just understanding, hey, what it's doing is taking my question, putting it on a vector more or less, and then it's looking through this document for similar vectors or similar, I guess vectors, and then it's finding similar vectors, and then it's kind of maybe going a paragraph before and paragraph after, and doing some type of summarization and presenting me with the benefits. That gives you a lot more power than maybe coworkers that don't have an understanding of these LLMs and these NLPs. Because now, people that might not be able to phrase good questions or might not be able to think of a logic through this have problems where you can think through the problem of this. Okay? Here's this. Okay, let me go with new. Control, I don't use Copilot a ton. So if I write me a Python script, what's going to happen? It doesn't give me, well, that's not what I want. Write me a Python script that does NLP. Just as bad of a prompt. That doesn't help me. How does that get me to my goals? That's like going to McDonald's and saying, I would like a hamburger. Okay, what type? Do you want lettuce? We have to be specific. But now we know how this is happening, so now we can go back here and say, I am looking to, I don't know, convert book reviews using BERT topic, and I want to find topics related, I don't know, to horror, I don't know, let's see, action movies, let's see, action books versus sci-fi books. I am going to be using a data set with a lot of bad words. So I want to use regex to clean them. Something like that. Maybe I should use bad words. It might come up with something bad there. And it starts working on stuff like that. So that is, better ways to ask questions. We understand how this is working. And so this is where the class is going forward now, where we take that fundamental learning that you had, that base code, that high, hey, oh my God, I've been doing Python. I'm a business major. I shouldn't be doing this. We take all that frustration. Now we apply it to real life. And this is one of my favorite parts of the class, because this is where we get to take your skills and your interest and let you go. Okay, so, and I want to show you this because I use Alteryx. Alteryx is a program, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it was originally designed to do mapping from A to Z or something or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I love Alteryx. Now, as a student, you can get it for free. I can help you get it for free. Um, in a nutshell, if I need to do something fast and it's like Excel related, I kind of use Tableau. I can connect it to the database, pull it, play with it. I use a lot of times I'll use Tableau. And sometimes I'll use Excel, don't get me wrong. Sometimes if I need to do other things, I'll use Alteryx. Okay. Now in really advanced projects, I'll use pure Python because it's just so complex. But probably for, let's say, half my projects, Alteryx is one of my go-to tools. Why? Because it's fast, it's easy, it's reliable. I don't do reports I have to do every month in and month out, month in and month out, again and again and again using Alteryx. A lot of times I do one-up codes using Alteryx, one-time reports using Alteryx. Hey, how many people do this? Or what about this? A lot of times I'll do investigational stuff using Alteryx. So like I said, I love it. So in a nutshell, the way Alteryx works is you just literally can drag data onto here and say, hey, and you can import data from all over the place. Adobe, Google BigQuery, Hive, Snowflake, I don't know. I mean, you name it. Tableau, Tableau Server, Snowflake, SAP. So you can grab data from all over the place. You can literally also drag data literally on here. I guess I have a couple of examples. We're going to get a little bit more fun. So here is, I don't want that one. And maybe this one. See how I can just drag? I think this is an Excel file. Okay, so and then you can just literally add a browse. I don't even know where that's at. I know it's Control-Shift-B because I use all the. And basically, it just does things, Boom. So here is, hey, this data set is I think it lists up descriptions of drugs or something. Then, you can join it like a traditional SQL join. You can do summary. You can do text mining, which is what we're going to talk about today. So you can do all these cool little things. Okay? Not really that important. If you guys want to learn Alteryx, I'll help you. Now let's look at some cool things that Alteryx can do. Class examples. Okay, so I think the first one was stop words. Stop words with NER, okay. So we spent a lot of time learning about stop words and name entity recognition. Alteryx does that. And let me show you how easy it is. Okay, yeah, so this is that medical data set, I think is what it is. I got it from Kaggle somewhere. Actually, she right here, so I don't know. This drug is a syrup flavor in combination with blah, blah, blah. It's just a bunch of really boring medical descriptions, okay? Well, I mean, Augmentin is antibiotic, I just saw it. Augmentin oral syrup is, a lot of times what they give the babies when they're sick. So just, acyclovir and antivirus. So all we do would be text mining. I already set some of these up here. Is we literally just click on the little text pre-processing and drag it down to here. Okay, and then we literally just connect these. And we say, hey, we want to convert. Oh, sorry, I just want to make sure that was my field. Unnamed. So yeah, that's the name of my column. Sorry. We want to convert the word to the root. We want to lemmonization it. Okay, so let me run it real quick. It's easier to show you. Okay, so kind of see if I can make this a little bit bigger for us all to see. I know, oh my gosh, super impossible to read. Okay, so we know now what kind of lemmonization is. So I'm going to look at right here, use. This is use for testing. Be used. So see how it lemmonized this word? And treating went to treat. Boom. So all we literally had to do to make this work was drag some text on here. Let me just delete it. Drag text pre-processing. We tell it what column well, we tell it's in English, of course, and then we tell it, hey, it's this, and we just want to convert it. And then now we can also add other tools to it. We can save it. So I want to save it as an Excel document. Boom, problem solved. Save it as Excel. I want to merge it with something else. A join, or concatenate or whatever. So that's how easy it is. So let's go. I think I did. What's this one? So this is just going to remove the stop words. Let me run this one really quick. Okay, come on. Still running, just trying to get a little preview of it. There we go. Aerosol gel is an antibiotic. Aerosol gel antibiotic fights bacteria. Dude, it just literally click and drag and it does all the stop words. So this is what you're going to see in other applications in the future. Now, you can also enter additional stop words. I don't know. Copy. There we go. There's a couple of really good words. We should maybe Acme. We want to treat. Boom. And you can also have like a dictionary and just tag it into here, like a list of words. But so boom, let me run it. And maybe I had a space in there. What is going on? Nah, it doesn't matter. So you can also have it remove all the digits, punctuation. You can have it do all of it all at once. So this, like I said, do the same thing here. Just remove all the digits, remove all the punctuation, remove all. Then you can do regedit in here too. Regedit right here. Boom. Run it through regedit first if you want. So like I said, it's super powerful. And this is, other programs do this. You can do it in Python. It's just nice that this is easy. Now, let's go down here to named entry recognition. Okay, we know that named entry recognition is the idea that I can give you a corpus of text. I can give you text. And then I want to know what names, what entries, what countries, what things are in it related to that. So check this out. So in this one, it found an entry, whatever that is, a label, a person, it found numbers, Allegra, it found an entity, sorry, I can't talk today. Too much spring break time. So like I said, to do in NER, literally, you just drag something on here, throw it into this, say, hey, I just do it, blah, and move on. That's how easy it is. Now, a couple other examples. What else do I have? Topic modeling, which is what we're going to close this out with. But cinema analysis and parts of speech. We might as well open them all up. Okay, parts of speech tagging. Just literally drag a data set on here. Say, hey, I want parts of speech. And show me what I got. So let's run it. And another nice thing too, let me go over here to text mining, is if you have questions about something, like, I just say I'm not a big fan of word clouds. I've never really seen a big, huge visualization impact on word clouds. As a matter of fact, I detest them 99% of the time. I don't know why they exist. I guess I do. But you see, here's all the parts of speech. Text, Now we know that, some of these NNPs are like a proper pronoun and, named noun. So, yeah, like I said, we understand these a lot better because of what we did. But getting back to it, so if I have a question about how word cloud works in Alteryx, for example, just open an example, turn it on, run. And we get a very ugly word cloud like we always do. Yeah, look at that. And so now you know that we can go text pre-processing. Literally, just drag it on there. I want to do English, and I guess it's text. I want to remove digits, punctuations, and stop words. So let's see if we can find a stop word in here really quick. It might do it all. I saw it, but it's really small. Let me just run it real quick, see if it changes it. But see how easy that is? I think you want to see this type of integration. Maybe not necessarily with this, but with other things very similar in Word and Excel and many, many, many things in the future. Okay. So let's move on because word clouds. So now sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis, let me pull this over. I was asked maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, because in the team, well, it wasn't in my team, it was in the team I was working with, that they couldn't figure out how to do sentiment analysis. And everyone in my class, everyone that has taken this class could do this with Alteryx. Could figure out how to do sentiment analysis. That shows you how easy it is, okay? So I think this was like death row inmates' last words. It was something I found in Kaggle. Yeah. I just want to filter anybody that had no last statement. Filter was blank. I guess I could have done none. Get rid of all the extra columns. Just do basic sentiment analysis. You can do text cleaning before, but let's just run it. Okay, come on. So negative. So this is my statement. So negative, neutral, positive, compound. Overall, this is a positive statement. This is neutral. So, and like I said, you know, with Alteryx, maybe I want to look at positive. This will sort by positive. You know, it puts them all kind of in order like that. Come on, computer. My computer's running really slow. So see that all the negatives are grouped together, all the neutral, all the positive. So, well, here's the actual data set. You can actually kind of see it right here. They have age. So my question is, hey, what if, and I mean, this wouldn't be necessarily hard in Python, but what if you want to do a sentiment analysis on all the people under the age of 27 or something? Filter, just drag this in here. Age. We're going to do greater than, doesn't matter. 25. Now, the one, let me show you this here. This is kind of cool here. Let me actually delete this. Let me stop it. Maybe what I want to do is compare. I just thought about it. So we know that data science and data analytics is a lot about hypotheses testing. Let me switch that to true. Let's want to do 30, 40. What age do you want to do? So now what we're doing is we're going to run the sentiment analysis for those under 30 and over 30. And then from here we could do, we could count a percentage of positive versus negative. We could count, I mean, all different types of things like this. Negative, negative, neutral, positive. Negative, neutral, positive. You know, we could break it down by race. We could break it down by education. We could break it down by the number of co-defendants, number of victims. You know, do people that have more co-defendants, are they more positive in their last statements, more negative? And I mean, you can pull any data set onto this. You know, you just go get book A and book B and compare it. Literally, it's that simple. And we did topic modeling, and this is what we just completed. So I just, I think there's a big data set, so let me run it really quick. So, oh good, I limited it. Yeah, this is a job summary data set that's like 2 million rows or something. Some outrageous number, yeah. 1.3 million rows. I'm just going to grab the first 100. I mean, I showed you how to do that in Python. We're doing the same thing. Here's what it looks like. Rock and Roll Sushi is a restaurant, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we do some data cleaning on it. Look at that. Now, look how clean that is. We can do the same thing in Python. Regedit will do it really easily. But this is just drag it on and do it. Okay, so what type of, so we're going to convert to the root word. We're going to remove punctuation. Since maybe we're not interested in the salary, let's remove digits. Okay, I guess let's also remove, we'll keep stop words in there. Okay, and then now this is not vert topic, it's not that advanced, it's just a topic modeling. And I'm just going to run it. Boom. Give it a second to run. I think this is my favorite graph, not graph, but the way it shows it. So it shows me how, I picked 3 topics, okay? It shows me how each of the summary, let me actually make sure it's running the process summary, good it is related to each topic. So number 1 is really, really heavily topic 3, okay? Number 2, the second sentence is really heavily topic number 1, okay? Now another thing that I can do, oh, that's summarization. You can do these graphs, these interactive graphs, or the interactive chart. I'll run it. And you know how I told you Bert Top can do all these visualizations? This thing can do the same thing here. Come on. There we go. So now I can see how certain words are related to certain topics. Look how easy that was. Let me, I guess I could remove stop words, since it seems like stop words are kind of throwing my topics off a little bit. Rerun it. And see how easy that is? And literally, that took me, I think when I designed it, it took me about 3 minutes. And my number one problem was that I was importing a 1.3 million row data set and wondering why it was taking 2 minutes to run. So I just literally put a limiter on it and it works great. So here's this. So now we have a lot more information. So this is a manager, general, company bill descriptions. Let's see, leader, restaurant operations. Oh, you know what? Let's do more. Let's do 5 topics. Run. So that's what I'm hoping really to relay to you. That while we dive into Hugging Face, transformers, and a lot of these models, sometimes you might think to yourself, there's no way I'm going to use this. Maybe I'll use it. This is really cool. I wish it was in Excel. Well, you know what? In a couple of years it might be. Python's now in Excel, and it wasn't 3 or 4 years ago, at least really fundamentally easy it wasn't. Right now you can run Python SQL right in Excel. Right now Windows has ChatGPT, or I don't know, I guess it's ChatGPT built into it. So we're seeing these programs integrate in other people's discoveries. Okay? And I think you're going to see the same thing. I think this was a Grimm's fairy tale. Oh no, this is something else. But this is I think summarization. Oh, topic modeling of what it is. There's also summarization somewhere in here, a text summary. Just boom, drag it down here. Give me a text summary. And let it go. Let's see, Control B. So let's see what it wants to ask. Book text. If this will actually work. We'll find out. But this gives you a really good place to start diving in and trying to understand what your data set is and isn't, what it can do. And then from here, if you need to, you can design a custom Python script and move it to prod and do all these things. Yeah. But the thing is, though, I guess it gave me a summary. Perfect. The thing is, though, this gets you to your goal really quick. Don't save any of those changes. And that's what, when you go to Hugging Face, when you go to these other things that we're going to be covering the next couple of weeks, keep that in mind. That, hey, well, you might not be using this website, you might not be using that, in the long run, they might be integrated with your applications. And if they're integrated with your applications, how can it help? How does, Google DAX. DAX is like an LLM voice to text kind of assistant for doctors. And now you, the student, understand a lot of the functioning parts of how DAX works. You understand how that AI assistant in Acrobat works. So in 2 years, when email integrates more than just, let's say, autocorrect, you'll understand how that works. So that is my goal, from going from, hey, teaching a lot of this didactic, hey, here's how we do the code, here's it in collabs, here's a very, do per topic modeling. Now it's going to be, let's investigate this model, let's investigate this. It's more applicable to real life. So I hope you enjoyed your spring break. Please feel free to hit me up with any questions. I'm about a third of the way done grading your research projects. They're looking phenomenal. I think all other grading is caught up. Contact me if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you in a few days when I get the next lesson plan out for you on Hugging Face and Transformers.